Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Mustache MMA, and welcome to the second episode of Parlay Plays. We're going to be going over the parlays that I like for UFC 270, Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gane. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and go over my parlays that I had on the Calvin Kattar and Giga Chikadze card. So in total, my parlays went 2 for 6 for a net of plus 3.63 units. I was 2 for 2 on my even money parlays. So Kelleher money line and Chikadze decision plus 142 hit. Calvin Kattar, Giga Chikadze to start round 3, and Brito Algio, fight goes the distance, hit at plus 171. Those were both 1 unit plays. And Juicy Parlays, I went 0 for 2. Home sub or decision. Holmes lost. Royval inside the distance. Royval won by decision. And then also Brahima, the second Juicy Parlay. Brahima moneyline, Algio moneyline, Borshev KO, TKO. That one hit 2 of 3 legs. Missed that Brahima moneyline hit. That would have been a good one at plus 744. And then for the Longshot Parlays, they also went 0 for 2. Brahima decision and Algio decision. Again, Brahima couldn't get it done. Algio did get it done by decision, hit 1 of 2 legs. And then Borshev, KO, TKO, second or third round. Royval sub, second or third round. Neither of those hit. So yeah, both those long shot parlays were a quarter unit, and those juicy parlays were a half of a unit each. So not too bad for the first card of the year, and I hope we continue that run into this card coming up. So let's get into it. So we'll start with the even money parlays. These are near even to plus 200, anywhere in that range. So first one I like a lot is Topuria inside the distance. That sits at minus 175, and Moreno Figueiredo to fight to start the 4th round. That's at minus 135. That all comes out to a plus 170, plus 173 parlay over at DraftKings. Topuria inside the distance, I like this one a lot. Jourdain on short notice. Topuria is known as a finisher. He did go to a decision in his first UFC bout, but that was against a pretty decent grappler. Topuria was using his grappling a lot, going for a lot of submissions. But his last 2 fights, he was able to finish both of his opponents inside the distance, and pretty spectacularly too, with some striking. Yeah, I like Charles Jourdain here, but I've seen him get rocked in the past. He's never been knocked out in his career, but I've seen him get rocked in multiple fights and his opponents just not be able to put him away. I believe he does have a submission loss on his resume as well. So I think this one's definitely a lock, especially with Jourdain on short notice, not having a full camp. Cardio could play a factor as well in the 2nd and 3rd rounds, as I believe Topuria is going to put a pretty heavy pace early on him. And I see Topuria probably getting it done in the 1st or 2nd, but inside the distance to play it safe in case that does drip over into the 3rd round. As for Moreno Figueiredo, fight to start the 4th. I think Figgy, a lot of people kind of go against his gas tank. I think he does have a pretty good gas tank. I mean, look at the first fight between Moreno and Figueiredo. That one went the distance into the championship rounds. Figueiredo put on a good fight, and, he won that fight. If he didn't get that point deducted, he's still the champ. We're not having the 2nd fight. We're not having the 3rd fight that we're going to see this weekend. Moreno, on the other hand, also super durable guy. Never been knocked out in his career. He may have been submitted before, but he's never been knocked out. Also really durable. Both guys have good cardio. They can both put on a good pace. They can both keep up with a good pace. I really just see this one going to the championship rounds. I see it going the distance, but again, playing it safe, just, going over 3 rounds here. Fight to start the 4th round, I think, is a pretty safe play. So again, minus 175 on Topuria inside the distance, with Moreno Figueiredo fight to start the 4th round at minus 135. That adds up to a plus 173 parlay. Moving on to another even money parlay, I got Tony Gravely knockout, TKO, or decision at -190. Pereira, knockout or TKO or decision, also -190. Both these plays on FanDuel, that comes out to a parlay of +132. So Gravely, TKO or decision, -190. I do really like this play. His opponent coming first fight in the UFC. Gravely has had a handful of fights and experience in the UFC so far, and he's shown that he's pretty durable and pretty good. You know, he lost to a really high level grappler, one of his first fights in Brett Johns. You know, he shared a pretty good grappling defense. However, he eventually did get caught in the third round with a submission. Gravely has greatly improved his striking. His wrestling is really great. And his opponent, Oliveira, you know, he does have a gas tank. He has a good gas tank. He can take some shots, but he's open to counters. You know, I don't think his wrestling is amazing. I don't think his striking is amazing. It's not the best technique, more big looping shots type things. And Gravely is more of a technical striker as well. So I see Gravely having the edge in the striking as well as the wrestling. The only way I see Gravely potentially losing is Oliveira grabbing some sort of guillotine on him, you know, going in for lazy takedowns in the late rounds. Oliveira maybe grabbing his neck and pulling a guillotine for the victory. You know, Oliveira could get a decision, but I doubt it. I really favor Gravely here to either get a knockout, TKO, or a decision. Moving on over to Pereira, knockout, TKO, or decision. I like this one as well. You know, his opponent, a late-minute replacement in Andre Fierro. He only has 3 losses on his resume, but 2 have been from a knockout. His other one was from a decision. You know, Pereira, I see this fight playing out a lot like the Cass Williams fight. You know, Cass Williams has a lot of power. Andre Fierro has a lot of power. Williams is really gonna Fierro is really looking for that power shot, and Pereira is really going to be cautious of that. Take his time, look for takedowns, you know, piece him up from distance, be in and out, be technical with it. Now it is UFC 270. There will be a crowd. Pereira is a showman. He likes to show off. He likes to do crazy shit. He likes to, you know, jump off the cage with kicks and Superman punches and backflips in the guard and all that crazy stuff. But I do favor Pereira to probably either get this done by decision or KO, TKO. The only way I see Fierro winning is by knockout. If Pereira is doing stupid stuff, trying to be flashy, he could get caught. But Pereira has been shown that he does have a very good chin. He can take shots. So I'm not too scared about that. So I like both these plays. Again, Tony Gravely, knockout or TKO or decision, -190. With Pereira, KO, TKO, or decision at also -190. That comes to a parlay on FanDuel at +132. So those are my even money parlays. Going to move on to the Juicy Parlays. These are anywhere from +300 to +800. So first one I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Barcelos money line with an over 1.5. That's a -125 on DraftKings. And a Gane money line and an over 2.5. That's +150 on DraftKings. That parlay comes out to +350. Barcelos money line and over 1.5. Barcelos is fighting Victor Henry. Victor Henry is a very, very durable fighter. Never been finished in his career. Holds a good pace. Kind of a pressure fighter. He's going to be in your face as well. So I like that durability on the Victor Henry side to be able to last a round and a half at least. I do see this potentially probably going to a decision. But again, you know, Barcelos has finished guys that haven't been finished in their careers before. He's done that. His first 3 UFC fights were all finishes. I believe 2 of those fights neither his opponents were finished before, and he finished them. But Barcelos, his last 3 fights have all gone to decision. So, trending towards the decision realm there. I do see Barcelos really winning dominantly here and probably getting a decision. But I do like this money line and over 1.5 combination here. I think that's pretty good value at -125. I really don't see Victor Henry squeaking out any finish, nor do I see him getting a decision. I can see him maybe winning 1 of 3 rounds, that being the third, where his gas tank is still there and Barcelos has slowed down. But I just don't see Henry potentially, winning 2 or 3 rounds. And I do see him being able to survive 1.5. Moving over to Gane, money line and over 2.5. So it's a little bit more risky, obviously, at +150. I do really favor Gane here. I think his movement, his striking technicality, his game plan is just going to be better than Francis Ngannou's. Ngannou, he can put you out with 1 shot, and that could totally bust his parlay up instantly. And he could do it in the first round. He could do it in the first 30 seconds, as we've seen in his career. But I do really favor Gane here. I think he's going to play it slow at first. He's really going to feel out Ngannou, try to see what he's working with. And I think Ngannou is going to do the same. I mean, we saw in the last fight with Ngannou, when he fought Stipe Miocic, he was super patient in that first round, just waiting for his opportunity to blitz in and throw his strikes and have them land. So, with that being said, with that newfound patience with Francis Ngannou and the patience of Gane as well, they're both going to probably feel each other out for their first round. It's not going to be like maybe crazy exciting. The second round, I see a little more action coming. I see Gane probably putting on a little bit more of a pace, putting on a little bit more of a risk. So that second round could be a little dicey. But I think that's going to go, over the second round as well. And then, then there's that first half of the third round where, Ngannou is going to start to get tired. And after Gane puts on a little bit of a pace, I think Gane is going to they have similar names. I keep mixing them up. Ngannou is going to get tired after 2 rounds, and he's slowly going to fade. And I think Gane is just going to take over from there, play it safe, and there could be an opening for a late finish for Gane. But I do like this going over 2.5, and again, I do like Gane. I like the technicality over the power. So again, that's Barcelos. That parlay is Barcelos money line and the over 1.5 at -125, and the Gane money line and the over 2.5 at +150. Both on DraftKings. That parlay comes out to +350. Next juicy parlay I got is Della Maddalena by KO or TKO -120 over on FanDuel. Giles money line +104 on FanDuel, and Nurmagomedov by decision +120 over on FanDuel. That FanDuel parlay comes out to a +722 price. So a 3-leg parlay here. Let's go over them really quick. Della Maddalena by knockout or TKO at -120. I do like this a lot. Della Maddalena, I believe his last 10 fights, he's had 9 knockouts in all those fights, a lot being in the first and second round. I just really favor his striking here over Pete Rodriguez. Pete Rodriguez also coming off of a short notice replacement. Pete Rodriguez does his power. He's not really on the same level technically as Jack Della Maddalena. Again, Pete Rodriguez could potentially land a big shot and put out Della Maddalena, but I don't see it happening. I think Della Maddalena's defense is crisp. I think he's going to catch on to those reads for Pete Rodriguez pretty quickly. I think he's good at, moving in and out, throwing good combinations, mixing it up to the body if he needs to. And I just really see Della Maddalena putting him away. And, if he doesn't get it done in the first, which, he could, I think Della Maddalena is going to take his time. And I think he could probably get, a second or third round even, because, we've never seen Pete Rodriguez out of the 2.5 marker in the first round. So we have no idea what his cardio is like. So he could totally gas in that first round. Della Maddalena has potentially an easy finish in that second round. So yeah, that's why I like that one. Moving on to Giles money line. Yeah, I just really like Giles here overall over Michael Morales. I mean, Michael Morales, he's 12-0 for sure, but 10 of those 12 wins are from cans, and 2 of his other wins are from, okay fighters. Giles was a proven as a pretty good middleweight. Now coming down to welterweight, he's going to be big. Morales is going to have trouble, I think, wrestling him. And Giles has pretty good wrestling to begin with, especially good takedown defense. So this one may stay on the feet. And, I like Giles' striking. He has a really good, crisp jab that's powerful. His hands are down low, but he's good at maintaining distance and dodging those big shots. And I just see him being able to piece up Michael Morales on the feet. If Michael Morales has, trouble getting into the ground, or he's going to try and wrestle a lot, he's also going to gas himself out. So yeah, I really like Giles here over Michael Morales, and I think the money line at plus 104 is pretty good value. And then the last leg on this parlay would be Nurmagomedov by decision at plus 120. Like this one a lot. Nurmagomedov, a really good striker, really good at maintaining distance, and he has a pretty big reach advantage over Cody Stamann, who his striking is pretty good. He has good boxing, but his main focus in MMA is his wrestling. He does have really good wrestling. Now Nurmagomedov does have really good takedown defense. He has really long legs, spreads it out and sprawls really good to defend those takedowns. It's hard to get your arms wrapped around him on a double or any kind of body lock and be able to pick him up and get him off the canvas and throw him down. So I really see Nurmagomedov being able to handle those takedowns from Cody Stamann and defend a majority of them. And, he's going to have an advantage on the feet. He maintains distance well, a lot of spinning kicks, a longer reach than Cody Stamann. And, we've seen Cody Stamann. He's a really durable guy, never been finished in his career, has taken big shots from big opponents before. And, all those reasons, I like this bet, especially at plus money, plus 120. So again, recapping that parlay, Della Maddalena by KO TKO, minus 120. Giles moneyline plus 104, Nurmagomedov by decision plus 120, all on FanDuel for a parlay price of plus 722. All right, moving on to our final parlays. We have the long shot parlays, which are plus 1,000 or more. So, first parlay is going to be Barcelos, unanimous decision, plus 215. And then that's going to be matched with Pereira, unanimous decision, plus 250. So Barcelos, unanimous decision. I really like him just kind of beating up Henry pretty good and definitely winning at least 2 rounds pretty convincingly, maybe losing a third to Victor Henry. Again, I'm going to sound a little repetitive here because Barcelos I had in a previous parlay, but not exactly unanimous decision, and over 1.5 in a money line. But anyway, Barcelos unanimous decision. Victor Henry never been finished in his career. Barcelos last 3 fights all by decision. I just think he has the edge here everywhere as well. The wrestling, the grappling and the striking. Pereira, moving on to the other leg, Pereira, unanimous decision at plus 250. I also like this one as well. Andre Fierro coming in on short notice, he could be finished by a knockout. But that power I think is going to be weary in the back, always in the back of the mind of Pereira's head. So with that being said, again, I said it before, I think it's going to play out a lot like the Cass Williams fight. Another guy with big power. Pereira is going to be safe. He's going to maintain his distance. He's going to be in and out with his shots. He's going to go for takedowns when he can and get some control time. And, again, I see him, winning a unanimous decision, winning at least 2 rounds pretty clearly to all judges. Recapping that first long shot parlay, Barcelos unanimous decision plus 215, paired with Pereira unanimous decision plus 250 for a parlay price of 1,002 over on DraftKings. So that one just barely makes it into the long shot category, but it is there. Okay, final parlay of the video and final Longshot parlay. This one is super juicy, super risky, so play at your will. But I think it's got a good price, and I honestly think it's got a good chance of hitting. So first leg is Tuporia, knockout or TKO in the first or second round, plus 450 on FanDuel, and then Gane, KO or TKO in the third, fourth, or fifth round at plus 600 on FanDuel, for a total price of 3,750. Plus 3,750. Yes. Yeah, really risky one, but again, I think it's got a good shot of hitting here. So Topuria, knockout or TKO in round 1 or 2. I really think Topuria here is good for an inside the distance, and I think it's a gamble. Roll the dice on either a submission or a knockout. Either or could definitely take place. But I'm going to go with the knockout here. I mean, it's a better price, and I see him definitely getting it done early in the first or second round, putting on a high pace for Charles Jourdain. And Jourdain with a short camp on short notice for this fight. I don't think he's going to be able to keep up with him. And I can really see him getting pieced up on the feet or even getting a ground and pound victory. Topuria, that is. So, yeah, I mean, I just like Topuria in this spot. I'm going to roll the dice and say he gets the knockout. Jourdain has been wobbled multiple times in fights before. Opponents weren't able to finish him, but Topuria is a finisher. When he sees that he is hurt, he's going to smell the blood and jump in the water. The other one here, Gane, KO, TKO in round 3, 4, or 5. Again, I think they're going to feel each other out. Ngannou and Gane are going to feel each other out the first round. The second round, Gane is going to start to put up the pace and push some pressure on Ngannou, and Ngannou's going to feel it. And then, third, fourth, fifth round, Ngannou has never really been there very often in his career. And I think Ngannou's going to gas. I don't think he's going to have the speed or the power that he does in the first 2 rounds. And I see Gane just being able to pick him apart and eventually probably hurt him and go in for the kill and get a TKO on him. So yeah, running that back, that parlay back, I got Topuria by knockout or TKO in the first or the second round, plus 450, and then that matched with Gane, knockout or TKO round 3, 4, or 5, plus 600. Both of these on FanDuel, a total price of plus 3,750. All right, those are all my parlays for this card, UFC 260, Ngannou versus Gane. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you like any of my parlays, let me know down below. If you got any of your other parlays that you want to throw in there, an even money parlay, juicy parlay, long shot parlay, let me know down below. I'd love to hear it. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Looking forward to this card, and we'll see you soon.